Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of Ask Him Why by Catherine Ryan Hyde, performed by Amy Mcfadden, Nick Podehl, and Scott Merriman.
Part 1. Your Brother Knows. Remembering Spring 2003. Chapter 1. Ruth. I was 15 when our brother Joseph was shipped overseas to fight, and I was 15 when he came home, uninjured, 3.5 months later. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. The Army doesn't tend to have deployments that last only 3.5 months. That was the heart of our problem, right there. It was more than 10 years ago, this part of things, but I still have a lot of clear mental snapshots. It wasn't one of those days you're likely to forget. Although sometimes I think we imprint only certain parts of it, like a series of snapshots, and then the rest falls away. I wonder sometimes if the parts I kept are really the most important parts. Anyway, when I got home from school, there was a yellow cab parked in front of our house. I had no idea what was going on, but I knew it was something out of the ordinary, because that cab thing just didn't happen in my world. That would have been almost like leaving ourselves open to new people, or something. The cab was sitting at the curb in front of our gate, the engine running, and I was walking down the street, getting closer to it in a way that seemed too gradual, like time was stretching out. The whole thing seemed to be taking forever. It felt like one of those moving walkways at the airport, only in reverse. Instead of making me feel like I could walk powerfully fast, this felt like I couldn't get anywhere, no matter how hard I tried. Nobody got in or out of the cab, which seemed weird. When I got up to it, I saw there was nobody inside except the driver. He was about 40 and had jet black hair with a bald spot right in the middle, right on top, which didn't seem to be the way most bald spots are destined to behave. He was smoking a cigarette with the windows rolled up, so the smoke was just roiling around in there with no place to go. He wasn't using his hands, either. His hands were both on the top of the steering wheel, like they hadn't gotten the message that he wasn't actively driving. I could see him use his lips and facial muscles to draw in and exhale the smoke. I walked around to the street side and rapped on his window, and he jumped like I'd taken a shot at him. He opened the driver's side window, and I could see by the motion of his shoulder that he still had those old-fashioned windows with cranks. Smoke rolled out, smelling.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?